Hey guys, Danielle here. So today I'm going to show you how I make my vegan protein powder. I have recently embarked on a plant-based journey, which meant that I had to give up my whey protein for my smoothies, and I really didn't like the taste of the vegan protein powders that I found at the store, so I decided to just make my own. I have smoothies for breakfast and for dinner, and I needed to make them actual meal replacements since I don't eat meals at those times. I just have the smoothies. So I put together, I kind of researched a lot of different ingredients to put together these particular ingredients to use for my protein powder. The first thing you'll need is a really high powered blender. I use a NutriBullet. You could use a Vitamix or any kind of blender that you have that's really high powered that can chop up dry ingredients. If you, however, don't have a budget for a little bit more expensive blender, then you can get a food chopper, which is what I also have. It looks just like this. I'll link to it below. It was probably about, I don't know, $8, $9. It wasn't really expensive, but you just put your ingredients in it and you press this button and it spins around and chops them up. It does take a little bit longer because it's really meant for things like vegetables and fruits, something more softer than hard dry foods, but it does work. I've tried it. However, the NutriBullet works a lot faster than the food chopper. Then you'll need a 1/3 cup measuring cup because I do equal parts of each ingredient except for the cinnamon. I do add cinnamon and I do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, so you'll need some measuring spoons to measure out your cinnamon, and a container to put your powder in with a nice top to keep the air out. You want to keep the air out and keep moisture out because it is a powder and it'll clump up if it gets wet. So let's go ahead and I'll show you the ingredients and we'll mix it all up and you can see the finished product. Okay, so the first thing we're going to add is the Bob's Red Mill Still Cut Oats. Your oats are going to be an excellent source of soluble and insoluble fiber. They have about a fiber content of about 5 grams for 1/4 of a cup, 7 grams of protein, and 10% of your daily value of iron. So these are going to be excellent for your smoothies. So I'm just going to take 1/3 of a cup, and then the next thing you're going to use is your milled flaxseed. Flaxseed is going to be good for soluble and insoluble fiber as well. And it contains about 2 grams of fiber. It's full of omega-3 fatty acids and about 1 gram of protein. So you can see that on here. And we'll just put those in there. And be sure that with all the fiber that we're adding, you're going to want to drink plenty of water. Next thing, it's going to be our chia seeds. And I'm using these ground chia seeds. However, I normally use whole ones that haven't been ground up. I was just trying out a new brand. But these are going to be great because you want to be able to feel full for a long period of time, and they expand and increase, they can help you stay full longer. So they're going to expand with liquids. They have a fiber content of about 11 grams per 1 ounce, 4 grams of protein, 9 grams of fat, 5 of which are omega-3s, and about 18% of calcium. And so we'll just go ahead and put 1/3 of a cup of those in there. Try to get a little bit more out of here. I'm almost out of this. So we'll just get as much as you can. There we go. It's 1/3 of a cup. And then the next thing we're going to add is going to be our red quinoa. I'm going to do it. It's going to be uncooked. And it's just the whole ones. And you're just going to do 1/3 of a cup. And these are going to be great with your tissue repair and growth. They're full of protein, about 9 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber. So we got 1/3 of a cup in there, and just put that in there. And then we're going to add our cinnamon. And cinnamon is actually full of antioxidants. It's anti-inflammatory. it reduces insulin resistance, and it can help lower blood sugar levels. So you're gonna use 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm just using the McCormick ground cinnamon. Oops, just take the top off of that. Just get some out right here. And just put that in there and get you another one. And put that in there as well. And then you're going to go ahead and blend it up. You're gonna, however, want to watch it because it will heat up and then it'll start to clump together. So it starts to like kind of release some moisture. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on now. You just push down and turn it. Now, if you look at this, you can kind of see the moisture in it. The moisture kind of releases when you start chopping it up. So you might have to stop it a little bit and shake it up so that it kind of doesn't get too clumped together. And then just start it again. All right, I think that it's good. So I'm gonna just kind of hit it on the side to make sure it gets out of the blade. And you can see kind of where it gets stuck to the side. It's actually warm because it actually kind of starts heating up. So you just want to make sure you get it all off the sides. And when it heats up, it starts to stick and release some of the, you know, some of the water content of what you use. You see that? Just kind of, all right. So just take this. You can look at it and you see it. See how it clumped up? So even though it's dry contents, when you start blending it together, some of the moisture starts to come out of it. All right, so you're gonna wanna kind of take a spoon and or a butter knife and kind of. Hi guys, okay, so here is the finished product. You see it? Nice, it's finely ground. It's just, and you just add it right into, I just touched all over it. So I won't be sharing this with anyone. But I use this to measure it, 2 tablespoons. I might use about 2 of these, so about 4 tablespoons I'll put in there. It just kind of depends. And I'll just scoop it up in the morning and put it right into my smoothies. And it works great. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you try it, I'd love to hear how it tastes or how it all works for you. If you have any suggestions, I'm always open. But be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be having more videos now that I've come back to YouTube. I know I've been away for a long time, but I look forward to sharing my plant-based journey with you guys. So I'll see you soon.